Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor is due to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, teachers of Great Millstone, and the like-minded men who may not be directly part of Great Millstone, but are pushing the same doctrine, the same 144% truth given to the apostles of Great Millstone on down, from original One West from Elder Abba Bivens, given from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and the Son Yahushai. So Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Yeah. The truth now lies with Great Millstone and the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, from Apostle to Har on down. Salutations to the elect men, women, and children by After Wadah, Akim and Yakwaftium, by After Wadah, who are predestined to be saved. That's the house of David, who are predestined to be saved in these last days, the elect of the house of David, Yasharallah. Again, Shalom to all who may be listening. So today I'm just going to go into a few articles. So there's so much out there, there's so much information out there. I mean, these devils who are Esau, Edom, so-called white man. Yeah, they're basically the elites of the so-called white man who is Esau, Edom. Basically, they're just blatant, in the pride, pushing their agenda, the WEF agenda, the IMF agenda, the fourth industrial revolution. So I'm going to start with scriptures, waste no time. Lord's will, this is edifying for the elect. See then that ye walk circumspectly. This is Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. That's in the KJV. I'll read it in the NLT to get a better understanding, or simpler understanding, I should say. So be careful how you live. Don't live like fools, but like those who are wise. Make the most of every opportunity in these evil days. And what we've got to do, like the apostles have taught us from the scriptures, from Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, because nothing is but of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. We've got to be wise, we've got to watch, we've got to be circumspect, we've got to stand on the watchtower and look at the news, see what's happening, see what's going on around the world, and there's a lot going on. From wars, rumours of wars, to the love of many waxing cold, the elites going forth with their agenda. It's Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai's agenda, but pushing their agenda on the left-hand side, because they feel that they've got the rulership forever. The inward thought is, a houses shall continue forever. Psalms 49:11, but it ain't going to happen like that. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai will put a stop to them. Lords will get scriptures on that, because like Elder Yeshawamba went into today, I'm like a baby, a toddler, but the victory's already been written. Yasharallah, the house of Israel, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai has already got his kingdom. It's already been written in the scriptures. So this time of temptation coming up, Revelation 3:10. But as it says in Revelation, it's in 15th chapter, the elect will be looking down, on the ships, So the Apostle John the Revelator seen it, the victory's already been written. All right, you go into 2nd Ezra 13 for that. The war in heaven 12. Revelation 18. Yahushua will take 1 hour to defeat these people, to defeat the wicked of the elites of Esau, Edom, and the rest of the nations, our enemies, which we find in Psalms 83rd chapter. So I'm going to go into this word, and then we'll get into the articles. Go into the word circumspect. Akribos. So it's from the Greek word G199. Exactly, accurately, diligently. So we've got to, you know, diligently look out this, look out for what's going on in the world. You know, look around us. You know, go into newspapers, go into, you know, alternative media. You know, we got to search for these things, because the signs are there. You know, all the signs that Yahweh Shai would said were going to happen are happening in these last days. So you got to look around us, yeah, diligently, perfectly. Armstrong's definitions. Yeah. So you get that. So I'm going to go into. I'm just going to this article here. So this is a Zero Hedge article. It goes into central bank digital currencies would let governments control what people spend money on. IMF official admits. This is in the Zero Hedge, Tuesday, October the 18th. Right? I'm going to read a bit of this. The International Money Fund has said that central bank digital currencies, that's what they are slowly but surely introducing around the world. It will come to a country near you. Right? Central bank digital currency is going to allow the governments, central banks definitely, to distribute digital currencies, which will be initially on a phone or in some form of digital wallet, to access goods and services wherever you are in the world. Yeah, that's their main aim. But eventually, that will lead to the MOTB, which is the microchip found in Revelation 13, verse 16 to 18. That's all roads lead to the MOTB. And then Babylon, the Great Destruction, which is America and Esau, Edom's rulership, coming to an end, which is 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. Yeah. So back to the article. Could possibly allow a government, there's no possibility about, potentially allow a government to control what people spend their hard-earned cash on. You know, so we've got, so their own tongues fall upon themselves. Come on, get that. But what it is, it's the pride. The pride, 64 and 8. So the pride think within their pride they think they're gonna achieve the goal, you know, because I'm not gonna start at oh wow, this is all, where do I start? I'm gonna start at 5. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares as a trap. Privately they say, who shall see them? They've even gone past that point of laying traps and snares. Yeah, they still do it, you know, who aren't aware, who Yahweh Shai has not opened their eyes up to, are still getting caught up in these traps. For instance, the Biden juice, the venom. How many people took that, knowing that these people can't be trusted? Right? You know, that was a trap. They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, the mind, that's lab. Yeah, that goes into the Hebrew, Paleo-Hebrew word lab. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. Yeah, so Yahweh Shai is going to take them down, yeah? Eventually, but this is where we're at in time, because that's what the prophecy is going to say, that will surely happen. Right? So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, all that see them shall flee away. So what this article is going into is this exactly. They're basically, you know, as the IMF official admits, to make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. But they say this in their pride, because they really do feel that they've got everybody, the whole world, under their trap and under their illusions, yeah, under their astrologers and monthly prognosticators under their witchcraft, right? But they didn't count on Yahweh Shai and his elect, specifically the prophets, coming out and telling the truth of what's going on to all the people who are meant to see and hear of the house of Israel, the elect. So back to this article here. Speaking at the IMF World Bank annual meeting on October the 15th, Deputy Managing Director Bo Lee, which is a moabite by the sounds of it, said that the CBDC could improve financial inclusion through programmability. That programmability word basically means you will have they will be able, after a while, because you can't never trust the enemy. They speak sweetly with the lips, but then in the end they're drawing swords. Right. Psalms 58. That's. They'll initially bring it out, but over time, they'll produce unrighteous decrees. Isaiah 10:1. Right, and they'll frame it where you have the digital wallet. Initially, you could go to a certain place. You could spend it where you like. But then, for example, what if there's a lockdown? They'll say, you can only spend it within a certain radius, within a 2-mile radius of your home. And you won't be able to spend it in any other shop outside of that. That is not beyond the realms of possibilities. I actually watched a video on that yesterday. How systematically, once they get the CBDC in control and social credits in the system up running, what they will do is limit where and what you can buy with the CBDC, the digital wallet. They will do that inevitably because they think that. Tell you why? Because of this. Because this is how they think. These elites. There we are. Ezekiel 28:3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver unto thy treasure. By thy great wisdom, by thy traffic, thou hast increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. So it goes into it in Isaiah 10. Actually, they think that they've done all this. They think that they have achieved all they've achieved in this world, by getting all the gold and the riches, and the people exactly where they want them to be. And to that extent, they think, as the next verse goes into it. So I'm going to read it. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. So that's what they've done. They've set their mind as if they are the Most High, with all the pseudosciences and the control they've had over the world. Yahweh Shai gave them this. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Job 9:24, and in Genesis 25th chapter, Esau, which is Edom, is Genesis 36th chapter. He was given the dew of heaven, and the rulership of the earth for a short period of time. Read that in Revelation 20th chapter. Right. You link these scriptures up and you can see. Right. I'm just going to go into this. That's it. I hope you kept up. You read Genesis 25, and Esau was given his blessing by Isaac. The dew of the heaven, by the sword thou shalt live. And then when you read Revelation 20th chapter, they was given a rulership for a short time. After they came out of the bottomless pit, which is for a 1,000-year period between the years, I think it's around 300 to 1300. AD, they say. So we're in the time of their rulership now, right? We're at the end of their rulership again. 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So right now they think they are the Most High, And we're going to I'm going to go into Isaiah 10 and 5 actually, because this is how they're thinking. It's down here. Yeah, 13. Because this is how these rulers think right now, yeah? For he saith, by the strength of my hand have I done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. So they think that they've done it, not knowing that Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai has given this rulership for a certain point of time. You know, Daniel 4 and 17 comes to mind. Right? In fact, the Lord will I get that too. And my hand have found as a nest the riches of the people, and as one gathereth eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing or opened the mouth or peeped. Let's go to Daniel 4 and 17. I didn't really have any scriptures lined up. This is, I'm going totally in the spirit here. Alright. Daniel 4 and 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and that the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. And this is where we're at. We've got the basis of men in rulership, and what they're doing is trying to get ultimate control of everything. And this is what the CBDC is about. And how they're doing it is by measures like this. So for instance, 9 in 10 families are now skipping meals because of the high cost of food. This is mainly relating to where is it? Sri Lanka. Yeah? And this is what they want here too. Yeah? Let's go through a few of these lines here. It's mainly relating to Sri Lanka. First, fuel and fertilizer costs got so high, farmers couldn't afford to plant crops. Only 24% of the usual farmland was cultivated. Food shortages ensued. Long lines for basic necessities like gas, medicine and food quickly caused social unrest. Mass protests made headlines worldwide. The Prime Minister fled the country and then resigned. And 38 politicians' homes were burnt to the ground. Protesters even stormed government offices. And what is the so using Sri Lanka as an example, yeah, these elites, these so-called elites, people call them the NWO, it's order of chaos. They create chaos in order to get the order, you know. So this is what they're trying to create around the world. So you've got the farmers in Netherlands can't get fertilizer. You've got energy crisis, so-called, because of the war in Ukraine, they say. So all these elements are coming together to make the people, they think they're doing it. At the end of the day, Shai doing it because he's bringing this Esau's rulership to an end. So they think they're doing it. They think they're going to control the people by making the people desperate. Yeah. By making the people desperate. And so when the economies in the West collapse, they'll bring out the CBDC, or at the same time they'll bring out the CBDC as their magic resolution, as a magic solution to the problems of the people. Right, this is how these devils work. You know, again, never trust thine enemy. Sirach, the book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. You know, so in England here we've got supermarket value range, which is basically the bottom of the range food. Right, price tracker. 109 items got more expensive in September. Biggest increases revealed. So we're seeing the inflation, which eventually, like the apostles went into last year and the year before, you know, and ever since they've been on, you know, the YouTube and even prior before that. This is how they're going to do it. Inflation, hyperinflation. There's been many examples of it. from the Weimar Republic to Venezuela, right, to get the people desperate. So it was a Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution. They're creating a problem, the people are going to react, and the solution is going to be the CBDC, and eventually the MOT to the B, which is the CHIP, right, the RFID microchip or NFC microchip, placed in the hand or the forehead. Revelation 13, 16 to 18. So back to this article. National World. Price rises of up to 65% were recorded across Tesco, Asda, Sainsbury's, Morrison's and Aldi between September and October, according to our exclusive basic groceries price checker. These are all the main grocery stores in the UK. Alright? So it's you just gotta be circumspect, man. You gotta be circumspect. Yeah. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Yeah. And read it in the NLT. So that Satan will not outsmart us, and use the counterparts of Satan. Flesh is Esau, Edom, right? It's coming after the workings of Satan, son of perdition. For we are familiar with his evil schemes, you know, and he's a devious one. This 2 Thessalonians. Let's start. Let's start from 1 here. Now we, brethren, beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua Hamashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Mashiach is at hand, and it is at hand. Yeah, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times, and this is where we're at. Yeah, we've got to get this wisdom from the prophets, which is from Apostle Tahar on down. Yeah, the true men of the Lord. Alright, the men of GMS, man, they got the truth, 100% truth, through the spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Yeah. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. That falling away happened in 70 AD when Jerusalem was sacked by the Romans, which is another incarnation of the Edomite kingdom. Yeah, and so that's when we fell away from being a nation, and from then we went into we spread across the world, mainly into Western Africa, Southern Africa as well, and into parts of Europe. And we we fell away from our heritage, you know, Jeremiah 17:4. Yeah, we discontinued from our heritage, but that fallen away. But Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has raised up his prophets in these last days. Yeah, raised up the men of the Lord in these last days. Yeah, raised up his elect, and the elect are being sealed to this day. Right, and this is an amazing thing. Right. So anyway, let me continue. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Yeah, that's Esau Edom. Is being revealed in these last days. Yeah. Let me read it in the NLT. Do not be fooled by what they say, for that day will not come until there is a great rebellion against the Most High, and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the one who brings destruction. And who brings destruction in this earth? Esau Edom. He's destroyed the earth, man. Plastics in the water. You can go on and on, you know. You know, the birds dropping out the sky, you know, obviously, it's all of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But, you know, Esau's rulership is just, you know, chopping down of the trees. Isaiah 14 comes to mind. Even the trees are going to celebrate when this man gets taken out. 2 Thessalonians 2:4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Yeah, and this is what they do. They think they are the Most High. They're actually in the land, and they're going to try and get the temple of the Most High, which is our bodies, basically. 2 Corinthians 3:16, 1 Corinthians 3:16. Yeah. Our bodies don't belong to us; they belong to Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. So by taking that hip, what you're doing is, if you do take it, Lord's will, it's not my lot to do that. I'd rather die before I do that. Yeah, because you don't really die; you go to the spirit world. But anyway, yeah. So, damn. Anyway, so I wouldn't. No, you're taking that. You're handing yourself over to them, man. As simple as that. And you're saying, "Oh, you are my God now, Esau, Edom, not Yahweh Hashem Yahushai," and that's just, even the thought of it's just horrible, right? Just horrible. Don't trust these people. And he will be taken out of the way. So I'm going to read. So I'm reading out to my mind. Remember ye not, that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. And Esau Edom is being revealed as that son of perdition, the man of destruction. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So he's been given his time until Yahweh Hashem Yahushai takes him fully out of his way. But we're seeing, the face of the covering cast being revealed of our people, of the Israelites, the elect especially. Isaiah 25:7 comes to mind. Isaiah 60 comes to mind, 1 and 2. Yeah, that veil is being lifted. We see who it is. We see who the wicked one is. Alright. So I'm going to just play. I've kind of waffled on a bit, and I've gone through some scriptures, but Lord's will, it's been a little bit edifying. I'm going to just see if I can get a video up in there that I wanted to play. Let me do it this way. Brother sent me this video.
Going on in the world that totally dominates the media cycle. We're talking interest rate rises, war, politics. But believe me, it's all a part of a steady diet of distraction. Now, I say distraction because there are many other things going on that receive next to no public attention. But they really do have the potential to influence your life. Now, some of them involve our regular sparring partners on this program, people or groups like the World Economic Forum and the United Nations. Take, for example, the United Nations. The UN is warning that the world is headed towards a global recession and prolonged stagnation unless we quickly change the current policy course of monetary and fiscal tightening in advanced economies. That's contained in a new report released by the UN Conference on Trade and Development. It goes on to say the policy-induced global recession could be worse than the global financial crisis of 2007 to 2009, and adds excessive monetary tightening and inadequate financial support could expose developing world economies further to cascading crises.
So like I said, Lord's will, this was, I know it's a bit all over the place, but you got the point. The fact is, don't trust the enemy. He's coming down with great wrath because he knows he's got a short time. Revelation 12:12. But keep in mind this: the victory is already set. Yeah. No matter what plans they have. 5. Job 5:12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Let me continue to go to 20. Straight to the point. Job 20:22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straight. So when Esau, Edom, and the ruling elite, specifically Esau, Edom, and the house of Amalek, thinks that they've got the world where they want it, and they're about to sit down and eat a meal, you're right, they're going to be in difficulty. That's straits, S-T-R-A-I-T-S. That's a position of difficulty. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. That word's imal. Yeah, labourer. Yeah, let me just actually get that to make sure it is. Job 20. Okay. 1 second. Yeah. So you see there, H6001 Imal. Labourer, sufferer, the workers, wretched one. Initially, obviously, the Israelites, 2/3, basically the workers, yeah. Every hand shall be upon him. So basically, there's going to be riots. Right. Obviously, the elect are not going to be involved in that because the elect are waiting for Yahweh until they rise up to the prey. Right. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, which are the nukes, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. So, as the scriptures go into many times, Yahweh Shimei Shai is going to bring the destruction on Esau, Edom. The nukes and World War III is inevitable. The return of Yahweh Shai and the angels is inevitable. Yahweh Shai coming to take his kingdom. That's it. That's going to happen. Yeah, to save the elect of Yasharallah, the house of Israel, the elect. Yeah, to crown them, the elect, and to return on earth, New Jerusalem, coming down in heaven, coming down from heaven, and the new rulership upon earth. That's what's going to happen. Yahweh Shai is coming to take his kingdom. The victory has already been established. The 144,000 with King David, the 12, and within the 144,000, the new rulership, the new judges on earth. Yeah, and then New Jerusalem being built back up again. So that's it, really. You just gotta, pray to Yahweh Shimei Shai. Keep watching, keep praying. Pray for mercy in these last days and at the time of temptation. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom to the elect. The word of Yahweh Shimei Shai, for allow me to pull out these few words. Call hello Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Akakadash. The water, Yahweh Shimei Shai, again for allowing me to pull out these few words. Lord's will, it was edifying to the elect, from the hopeful elect. Shalom to the elect, men, women, and children of the house of David, who are predestined to be saved in these last days. Kwam Yasharallah and Abad Babal.